So once you do a paper and you've got good information, you've done a good result, or a good experiment, you've gotten good results, you probably want to go through and have that published so that way other people can use that data and use that information. But it's not that simple. There's a whole thing called a peer-reviewed process where scientists who are colleagues of each other will review each other's work. And I published a paper, or I did my thesis research. My thesis was 94 pages. It consisted of 9 chapters. It could probably easily be broken down to 4 different publishable papers. But in order for me to do that, I would have to write it up, send that portion in, and other experts, my research that I did in graduate school is on bats in caves here in Mississippi. I'd have other bat experts, either on caves, on bats, some of the same species of bats, review that work, and they're going to try to poke as many holes in it as possible. Not to get at me, but to make sure that my data doesn't have any bias, that doesn't have any flaws, that doesn't have any mistakes, that I accounted for every eventuality. Why? Because we want to make sure that that data that gets out there is accurate. Right? So we go through this peer review process, and because of that, there's a whole series of journals called peer-reviewed journals and peer-reviewed scientific papers, and that is where you want to get your information from, kind of getting it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. You don't want to get some information from bobsfishmart.com. You never know what he's going to put up there. It's kind of like going on to Wikipedia. Anybody can edit that, right? You never know what you're going to get. So going to peer-reviewed articles and peer-reviewed journals, which can be a but because they do cost money to go to, unless your college campus has a subscription. Then it does cost money. But why do we do that to ourselves? We want to make sure what we're getting out there is accurate. That's a good thing. We want planes to fly. We want trains to be on time. We want the internet to work. So it's good to make sure we review and peer review all of our stuff so that way the information is accurate. So I know it's kind of marked out. Sorry, I'm reading from a PDF file. But what does it claim to do? Does it do what it claims to do? This is a whole organization called the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and its whole job is to make sure that when a company makes a claim about a product, that it's actually doing what it says that it does. So here we go, Neil deGrasse Tyson again. It says, the television advertisement must illustrate the scientific method to substantiate any claims. That is why stains are lifted, rings around the collar are removed, paper towels become soaked, excess stomach acid is absorbed, and headaches go away, all during the commercial. They're showing you their scientific method. But here's the kicker. You don't have to go to the FDA to get the stamp of approval. Welcome to the capitalist society that we live in. So as you get older, guys and girls, you'll have a different version of this, but essentially for guys, you have to worry about prostate health when you get older. You have to go do your prostate exam after you turn 40. So there's this bottle, I know you can't read it, sorry about that, but basically it says a new approach for for men's prostate and sexual health, and it's this, it kind of sets it up to say, hey, this is going to help you with your prostate, make sure you have good health for your prostate. And if you look over here on the box, there's this statement, and it says, this statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to cure any disease. What? I mean, it's kind of counter to what they're advertising here, but it's not their job to make sure you know that. That's your job to be scientifically literate enough to pick this box up and say, hey, they have this disclaimer. What does that mean? It means they didn't go to the FDA. Why would they not go to a bunch of scientists who would test their product to see that it's going to do what they claim it does? The only answer is it doesn't do what they claim it does. It's just some herbs ground up, cost them the least amount of money. They put it in a gelatin cap, add a little sweetener to it. You take it, it still tastes bad. It's bad for you, so it must be good for you, right? And you're going to buy their product. Their whole job is to separate you from your $20 or however much this cost. And a lot of people buy this stuff. And I challenge you, go to Walmart, go to the nutrition aisle and look at all those vitamins. Pick up any and look for this statement. Almost all of them have this on there. Fish oil, ginkgo biloba. Go pick it up and look for this. Yep. You're probably thinking about it now. Man, I should probably go look at that. Yeah. if it has this statement that it's not been evaluated by the FDA, and usually they put it really small so it's really conspicuous, all right? Just know that. That means it doesn't do what it's supposed to do at all. If they could get the FDA stamp of approval, man, they wouldn't a heartbeat, because that means, hey, our product really does do what it's supposed to do. Then they could really start making some money. But it doesn't. So just watch what you buy. And that's one of the good things about being scientific literate. So why is knowledge of the scientific method important? And we're all adults here, so to be scientifically literate is to empower yourself to know when someone else is full of bullshit. And that's what science can do for you. But you've got to be scientifically literate. What does that mean? It just means question the information that you're given. Judge its quality before you accept and act on it. And don't make decisions based off of information that is questionable. Because when you do that, that's when you have a society that's going to come crumbling down, because it's built on things that are not substantiated. So that's pretty much all of chapter 1. I wish you guys the best. I hope this helped clear up some of the information in here. I'll continue on later on with some of the other chapters, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Make sure you study and go over this information and that you're keeping up with your quizzes. The exams are not designed to be hard, they're just designed to be, hey, did you pay attention, did you read through things? So I think you guys will do great, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Y'all have a great night.